my name is Andrea, and for my topic today, I'll be talking about what makes us fall in love. What is to love, Shakespeare said. Well, people have been talking about this delicate emotion for centuries, and nowadays it's even viewed as a compulsory course that college students must take. But do you really understand what makes you fall in love? Today, I hope to bring insight to this topic through a scientific point of view. So on this page you can see this is my outline for today. I'll be talking about the three main factors that make us fall in love first. Then I'll talk about why we should know about this and give a short conclusion. So the first factor that affects our choice in love would be the ideal partner we have in our mind. And how is this ideal partner formed? Well, we've all heard of the saying, don't judge a book by its cover, or don't judge someone by their appearances, but according to science, it actually matters, and people tend to fall in love with those who resemble their parents or even themselves. So this is Dr. David Parrott, and he is a cognitive psychologist working at University of St. Andrews in Scotland. And what he did is that he conducted an experiment which he morphed the face of his subjects into the opposite sex. And then he put out a series of pictures and asked his subjects to choose one he or she thought to be the most attractive. Well, the result was very surprising. People, almost every one of his subjects, would choose the picture of his or her own morphed version, and they didn't even realize it was their own face. And so it is true that people tend to be attracted to those who look like themselves. Now the second factor will be pheromones. In the animal world, pheromones act as scent prints, and they're used to attract each other, identify each other, and most importantly, find a mate who has the most different immune system from themselves in order to have healthy offspring. Now in the human world, human pheromones were first found in 1986 at the Chemical Senses Center in Philadelphia. And its result was that human pheromones existed in sweat. And so they conducted a series of experiments where they asked women to smell the smelly, unwashed t-shirts of sweaty men and choose one she thought to be most attracted to. And just like in the animal world, the result was that most of the women would choose the t-shirt from a man who has the most different immune system from herself. Last but not least, the third factor would be chemistry. According to Helen Fisher, who is an American anthropologist, and she is also a world-known expert on biology of love and attraction, there are four main chemicals our brains produces when we fall in love. So the first one will be dopamine, and this is the chemical which gives us a happy and addicted feeling. The second will be estrogen, the third testosterone. These two are both present in men and women, and these two are the chemicals which give us the sexual appetite. The fourth would be serotonin, which acts as a neurotransmitter for obsessive thinking and behavior. According to Fisher's research, depending on the different levels of the chemicals our brain produces, people can be divided into these four types. So first we have builders. They're very cautious people. They have traditional values and they're very persistent. Second, we have directors. They're very analytical and they like to make decisions. They can be decisive but also a bit aggressive at the same time. The third would be explorers. They are risk takers. They're very impulsive and creative. Last, we have negotiators who are intuitive, idealistic, compassionate, and compared to the former three, they are the most selfless. Fisher's research found that builders and explorers tend to fall in love with the people who are in the same category as they are. As for directors and negotiators, they tend to fall in love with each other. So you might be asking, why should we know about this information? Well, before I answer this question, I would like to bring up an issue. If you would look at this chart made by 天下杂志, on the vertical line, it stands for the number of people with the unit of 10,000, and on the horizontal line, we have different types of families and marital status. Well, I would like to focus on the bars which represent single people. You can see in 1994, which is the orange bar, less than 500,000 people are single. As in 2013, the red bar, nearly 1 million people are single. So it means that the numbers have doubled over the year. More and more people are becoming single. Corresponding to my topic and my question, for those who are single and don't want to be, By understanding why you feel how you feel, that is, what makes you fall in love, you can understand yourself more. And most importantly, you can understand your Mrs. and Mr. Right more. That is, you don't have to waste time on the wrong people, those who aren't meant to be. You just don't have to be with them. And then you can narrow down the list for your potential girlfriend or boyfriend, and also you can be with someone who you are truly suitable with. And so in conclusion, the three main factors that make us fall in love would be the ideal partner we have in our mind, the pheromones we pick up unconsciously, and the chemistry our brain produces. And by understanding how love works, I hope you can know who you're looking for. And that to be said, love is far more complicated in real life. And I hope everyone can find someone they love and be with them happily. Thank you.